Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Horror-ible, and I am going to do a little reaction then review style video. Good evening, Mr. Provost. And I'm doing this mainly because I don't feel like editing a movie. Also, I don't want to incur YouTube's copyright Nazi bots. So with that aside, tonight's movie comes to us from the ancient year of 1989. It is entitled Society. Now, this movie stars Billy Warlock, who is probably more well known to people who grew up in the 90s as Eddie from Baywatch. Or for anybody who watches Obscurus Lupa's reviews of Baywatch episodes, which is quite funny. I highly suggest that you do that. Now, this movie was brought to my attention by my nephew. Thank you, Dan. My nephew brought this to my attention because he happened upon it somehow. And he basically told me it was jacked up more so than I would ever believe. And I've seen a lot of things. I asked him what could it be compared to. He said nothing. I said, how disgusting is it? And I said, is it more disgusting than Peter Jackson's Dead Alive? He said yes. Now, I've not seen that movie. I've seen a review of it that some people have done online, and it was probably pretty disgusting. So, and I sort of got a spoiler from Lupa because I did send the trailer for the movie to her. Now, I did watch the trailer, and this is what I got from it so far. I got that Billy Warlock, which the guy's last name is Warlock. It's pretty cool. Even though he plays a bunch of weenies. Billy Warlock's characters come home and he's starting to disrupt this sort of secret society, if you will. Maybe demonic creatures or otherworldly or something. I don't know. Now, I've also been told that this first portion of this film drags butt. Fine. That it's like the last half hour or something that gets really, really weird and what the smeg. So, first of all, I want to already apologize if there's background noise. I am fat. I live in South Florida. That is my air conditioner and my fan going to keep this, form of a Gozerian homunculus cooled. Okay, so, and is my own personal thing that I do when I watch horror movies is since I'm going to be doing a little R&R, I'm going to be drinking a little R&R. So I'm not going to be getting tanked up, mind you. This is too. I've done this before myself, notably when I've watched some of Troma's lesser known films. Seems easy pain for some of these movies. So, maybe another title for this video could be Alcohorror, I don't know. But without further ado, it's time for me to get my trusty, not quite rusty remote. I got my Jim Jams on, I got my my can of libation. It's time to rock and roll. Barely 2 minutes into this. Minute and a half. I've had nothing but shaky cam, Dutch angles, Billy Warlock wandering around looking for a knife. Rock and roll. 3 minutes and we finally got our title. Billy Warlock ate into an apple that was full of worms. And now we have some kind of slow motion, I'm guessing internal organ jiggling and possibly cannibalism? Oh boy! I had a joke between Warlock and a friend of his playing basketball. You're Mr. Perfect! You'll probably assassinate the president!
Damn it, Bill, you know I can't see him!
If that's the kind of writing we got going on in this movie...
What are brothers for, huh?
I don't know what it is. Okay, basically, first 10 minutes of this movie has been nothing but rich people have white problems. And I just proved it because they're in Beverly Hills. So, you know what? In the UK, they taught me how to count to 2, alright? On top of Bill's paranoia, he's also hallucinating some weird things, like his sister having boobs on her back. I'm not doing a proper video review of this, however, whoever would can have a field day with some certain scenes in this film. Just saying. Okay, from what I've gathered here, the the nerdy guy here, crazy dude, bugged everybody, recording stuff, and apparently that's part of it. And they're talking about the coming out party, which I'm assuming is something to do with, you know, them turning into monsters and eat people or some crap. But they're making it sound like it's a big sex party, which, considering this is the 80s, it might be, I don't know. So everybody's against Billy. Everybody's conspiring for some strange reason. There are rules to society. We either follow them or the blah blah blah. And I don't care right now. Just get on with it. Do something. They keep building up and building up and building up. Do something! Okay, I get it. They're upper class bourgeois bullcrap or whatever. They're more worried about their kid getting invited to some stupid other kid's party. His friend just croaked. The crazy one who was recording everybody. I'm assuming that the society rules are parallel to the highest society's rules. Everybody in high society, all blue bloods or whatever, are supposed to be these whatever the smeg they're supposed to be revealed to be at the end of the movie. This girl's kind of hot though. I mentioned about this guy going to the friggin' party. Your friend died. Why the heck are you even going anyway? Your stupid bimbo blonde girlfriend was worried about going to it. You couldn't give 2 squats of monkey crap, but you win anyway? It's all hard there, Warlock. First of all, second of all, I don't know who's rating for this hot chick, but Mean Machine Jelly Bean? What? Okay, Billy's sister's pissed off that he's having it off with another chick. Which, by the way, while they were having it off, it was boring. Made a sex scene boring. And then she was all twisted around like a snake. With apparently more than 2 arms. I'm sure some Japanese movies will cover that, but it's just... Big woman the size of a refrigerator just coughs up a hairball.
Lighten up, Billy boy. Drink your tea before you...
I'm bored. They drugged him. His parents held him down. Paramedics showed up. They drugged him, sent him to the hospital. Told his friend that he was in the morgue. And I don't care.
Blanchard?
So Billy ran out of the hospital, woke up from his happy juice, mental apparently, and now he's running home. Because all of his fears are real. More Dutch angles. Okay, so apparently the whole town is waiting for him to get back home. Put a rope around his neck and tied him to the floor. Now they're all plotting for some reason. Why do I care?
Was just one.
Earlier, they're plotting their own efforts at this whole charade. So apparently, the entire town is made up of Silurians. We're a different breed, we're a different race. Just as old as you are. Yeah, we... selective breeding or some cock... I don't give a crap. Okay, they brought in the friend they thought was dead for the beginning part of the movie. Everybody's getting naked. I don't know what's going on. Still don't care.
Keep your eye on.
Not yet. So apparently it's a food orgy. They're secreting their own lube. And they're dissolving their prey. Why not? Saw an old man put his fist all through a whole guy. Right through his mouth.
Run, Billy.
I think I just inadvertently watched Caligula. That guy's head just turned into a giant fist that looked like this. And you're gonna flick him. And then one reached out from his... still don't know what's going on!
Mom.
Apparently they could mingle their bodies together, and then his dad's face was in his own butt. I got nothing. What? This big mound of people putty. And goo. So starts making out with the guy. Then he goes to rubberize him and turns his own hand against him. And Billy shoves his own hand up the guy's butt and turns him inside out. It's a nice effect. There's worms. I might want to go to the doctor and get that checked. Movie's over. I'm turning this crap off. Alright. Oh my goodness. So him, the girl that he was literally screwing around with, and the other friend that survived, drove away, and movie ends. Alright. First of all, as far as it being worse than what I saw, and more disgusting than what I saw, in the very short parts I saw of Dead Alive, no. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's jacked up, but if maybe more of the majority of this movie was like that, it maybe would have been better. I mean, the effects are good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they're kind of bad in places, but it works. I don't know why it works. Like when when Billy was shoving his hand through his opponent's body and up through his head, you could see, his eyes popped out. It looked plastic, which it worked. I don't know. It was obviously that it looked fake, but for some reason it worked. Let me just run over basics here. The way the writing overall, I want to say it was. You probably could have edited this movie down and to half the running time and got all your points across and been a more poignant film. So, but otherwise, writing as far as how like dialogue was, it's kind of boring and borderline, like TV movie of the week kind of a thing. Cinematography, it was fine. I mean, like I said, it used like Dutch angles, but it was, in order to drive home points of things being weird. So I get that. Special effects were good. The acting in this movie, for what they had to work with, not bad. Overall, would I suggest anybody watching this? No. Usually with movies like this, especially with the ending. Again, if it was cut, if someone can do an edit and have it cut down to half the time or a quarter of it and get everything out there, by all means, watch that. There is a version of this that is right now currently floating on YouTube. All you gotta do is search for it. I'm sure you'll find it if you're really that curious. But otherwise, I would say maybe just watch the highlight reel if you can find one online somewhere. See if Springwood Slasher or someone else has done a video of it. They usually like show you all the best bits of the movies. It was boring as all smeg. Okay, look, I started on my third one. Okay, that's no. Okay, I'm probably not gonna finish that, mind you. Probably let it sit in the fridge and go flat, which I'm sure will taste wonderful. Yeah, this movie, I mean, special effects, it wasn't really gore. I mean, like, there was an effect where one guy's throat got cut, but he was one of the creatures or whatever. Yeah, let me talk about what they're supposed to do. The high society, the people in charge, the people in control, the blue bloods, if you will. These are all supposed to be these gelatinous, shape-shifting creatures that apparently meld together in some kind of sexual way. Because apparently Billy's mother, father, and sister were all mingled. Yeah. Apparently it's some kind of sexual thing or whatever. They literally sucked off, like almost like flies do, but they kind of attached their mouths and stretched to like suck up, whatever, off the lower class. Apparently the entire thing was them hunting this guy. They brought in someone or whatever, and they raised them up in order to just basically troll him for most of his life, or like the last year maybe of his life. As far as what happened, did they escape the society? I don't care. I honestly probably could have watched anything else and had a better time watching it than I watched this. Ending, I will get the special effects at the end. The big puddle of people putting was good effects. I'll give it that. I don't understand what the big flick head finger was. That was weird and surreal. Which I'm fine with weird and surreal, just within proper context. This was just all shoved in at the last minute, Feels like. So, that was Society, 1989. Rated R, mostly for language and boobies. And whatever the heck that was at the end, the big pile of people putty. If you're really super curious about it, by all means go check it out. Otherwise, I would not suggest it. I may do another one of these with a movie that is notorious for being bad, starring an actor and comedian that was notorious for being good. With that said, this is the end of Alcohorror, or whatever you want to call it. Reaction, then review. I hope I can get more enjoyment out of the next one than this one. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.